I'm in a position in my life now where there's a lot of expectations that come from other people. I'm a school administrator, and I'm in a relationship with somebody who is suffering a lot in chronic pain, and I'm also opening up in some pretty incredible ways. And the more that I open up, the more pain and suffering I allow myself to experience.
This is the truth. Just exactly what you think when you begin the spiritual search. If I can just get rid of experiencing the pain and suffering that I have, then I will be happy. The truth is just the reverse of that. The more you are willing to experience the pain and the suffering, the deeper, the truer the happiness.
Part of the problem is, though, that as this opening happens and as I experience more of this pain, then all these old tapes about what I've done with that in the past come up, and
yes,
the defenses.
They must. It's like the basement is being cleaned out. They must come up. And then what?
Just open up again, or open up with whatever it is.
And then what happens to these tapes?
They're just endless kinds of, I don't know, bullshit.
Yes, they're compost, let us say. Just compost. And compost is a very good thing, if it's composted. You don't want to sleep in compost. You don't want to eat compost, but you just put compost back in the ground, give it up, and it serves, as everything does. But you really bring up something very important. As I was coming in the door and speaking to Nina, and she was telling me how he's feeling the pain of the world, pain, since September 11th. The truth is, the world has been in extreme pain for quite a while, and we are feeling it more than we, being Westerners and Americans, more than ever, because our illusion of isolation from that pain has been penetrated, surprisingly and horribly. And so there is this feeling of world pain. What I have seen is that there can be a tendency to defend oneself from that pain with spiritual jargon. Nothing ever happened, it's not really happening, it's all a dream. And then the truth of those statements becomes a lie, because they're used to defend. It's the ego's use of spiritual revelation. But what you say is so innocent and clear and natural. The more I open up, the more pain I feel. And yet look at this. This is not a being ravaged by suffering. Maybe feeling more pain, but not ravaged by suffering. Look at this, it's beautiful.
I think the most difficult thing is having these experiences of the other as the self, and
there's so many people saying, I just want to experience the other as a self, because it is so difficult experiencing the other as the other. But this is so perfect, you see, that when you experience the other as a self, there is an experience of deep pain and hurt, and a choice to close to that, to become cynical in the face of that, or to, as you said, open even more in that. And you recognize there is no other, and this pain that has been denied is a pain of your own self that is then invited into your own heart. And it is then that the deepest spiritual questions can reveal that very pain to hold the treasure. They'll hold the reality of the deepest, most profound truths. But not before that. You can't take those truths and use them as banners to defend yourself from that pain. That's been tried. You know it. You've tried it. We've all tried it. Defense mechanisms. And we're all experts at it. And part of the unwinding is just as you say. In both things you've said, opening deeper. And as I experience myself and other, there's more pain. Yes, that's right. That's right. I remember once reading Trungpa saying, don't ever advise anybody to get on the spiritual search because it is really a rough trip. You know, we think it's all lightness and flowers and good times and bliss and ecstasy, and it is a lot of that. It is. But that's not all it is. Or it would be half-baked, it would be half there, it would be just the splashing. In the depths of the ocean, there's some pretty terrifying creatures that are encountered.
I want to thank you because when you first came to Boulder a number of years ago, I was there, and that was really the beginning of this opening for me in so many ways. Because you said some things, and on an intellectual level I started to get it, and I've got that. It was the thoughts that I had, and you know, over time, as I opened more and I look back on those thoughts, they were just thoughts.
Oh, you see, that's a perspective of looking from the depths up to the shallows.
And I'm excited about the adventure as it continues.
Yes, the adventure is very exciting. Very exciting and very calming and very blissful and very horrific. It takes a mature soul to really say yes. And I'm not saying if you think you're a mature soul, and I'm not saying if you're thinking, oh no, you may still be saying yes. Because I'm not talking about a mature mind, mature intellect. There's a depth of maturity that is unknowable, that takes you into unknowable realms, that has brought us together. The depth of maturity that brings us together so that we can be with one another as being with oneself, learning from oneself, recognizing oneself, meeting oneself, and feeling the pain of oneself, and in that willingness, discovering the untouchability, fathomless purity, innocence of oneself.